Guys, what's up? My name's Swords, and today I'm going to talk to you about how you can play more aggressive in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt. Bloodhunt is a super fun game, but occasionally due to the game's unique and irregular zones, you may periodically end up having difficulty finding players if you don't know what you're looking and listening for. I've also noticed that players aren't preparing for fights correctly and jumping to the action far too early without resonance buffs, armor, or meds. Whether you're a solo player or you prefer to group up with your friends and squads, this video will help guide you to be even more of an aggressive player. Do me a solid and please like and subscribe for more Bloodhunt content. This is an amazing game and I know it has a strong and passionate community to see this game's success. Join me and chat with other positive and supportive players in my Discord and follow me on Twitch so you can check out my Bloodhunt streams live. Plus, I get to chat with you directly about your thoughts of the game, so stop by and say hello. I try to get high kill games all the time. Also, help me reach 100,000 subscribers and I will get a haircut at 100k. Now, in order to get those high kill games, the first thing you need to do is to prepare. I see far too many players jump into the action without a proper loadout or enough loot, resulting in a quick GG back to Elysium. If you want to be on the other side of things and carry yourself or your team to victory with a high kill count, you need to get kitted up with armor, meds, and resonance buffs first. Without properly preparing for a fight, you're going to get down in an instant. As soon as you spawn in, search for a weapon first, then either search ambulances containing blood bags and syringes or police vehicles containing armor. As you loot around for these items, be aware of surrounding mortals with melancholic resonance, sanguine, or phlegmatic resonance because these are going to help you during your fights to reduce cooldowns for your abilities and give you constant health regeneration. I recommend carrying at least an assault rifle and a reliable off weapon such as a crossbow, shotgun, or SMG. This kind of loadout will help you when you're shooting a target from mid-range and are forced to close the distance to finish them off. Try to spawn around a specific area more consistently, and as you spawn around your area more often, you'll learn where ambulances are, police trucks, shops, and chests. They're all located around the same positions, and this is going to help you plan your routes to get good loot faster before other players so you can jump right into the action with good loot a lot sooner. Now that you're all looted up and prepared for a fight, let me tell you tactics you can use to track players much easier. Your number one friend in this game is going to be sound, and knowing which sounds to look out for will be key in helping push you in the right direction. Listen out for screaming civilians, car alarms, shop alarms, shooting, and other players climbing buildings for an immediate alert as to where you can find players. Remember that using your heightened senses will also help you identify other players' gunfire by showing these rings when they shoot. But that's not all. Pay attention to your minimap and compass so you can get blips to show you where blood-hunted players can be found directly. Most people don't know this, but even though you may not see the highlight of their outline, you can still see which direction blood-hunted players are by looking at your compass at the top of your screen. So if you ever find yourself wandering around the map without an idea of where players are, be sure to check out the compass at the top of your screen and let that guide you in the right direction. If you also notice any drained mortals on the ground and it wasn't your doing or your teammates, then that means another player's nearby. Though, even once you find a player and find yourself in a fight, how do we actually approach that fight and stay alive? This is why you're going to want to utilize the high ground and fight at an advantage. This mostly applies in squad play, as in solos you can fight almost any fight from any position and still have a chance to win. Though playing in squads, you won't be able to simply climb a building that a full team is in control of. The key to winning is to fight at an advantage at equal or higher ground against your opponents. Be mindful because fights change very quickly in Bloodhunt, and it is extremely likely that you'll get third-partied by other players, so you'll likely have to drop down to the ground at an attempt to heal up or lose an enemy if necessary at some point. I can't teach you how to aim, but I can tell you that players are most vulnerable while their movement ability is on cooldown. So if you can damage them enough to force them to use it, that is your opportunity to push up and get your down. Dablerizing other players is fun, restores your health, and gives you a resonance slot, but sometimes during heated fights, you need to finish off your target with your weapons to ensure that they don't get up and so that other players don't capitalize on your vulnerability when diablerizing enemy players. Remember that damaging down players also does lifesteal damage. So if you absolutely need to, you can steal some health off a down target in a heated fight for immediate healing by meleeing them. Maximize your clan ability by either using it to escape or to finish off low targets. I highly recommend using blood syringes during your descent down a street level when trying to jump out of a fight for a burst of healing, then either find a mortal or drink up a blood bag to top up your health, and be sure to use armor. Armor is essential in this game, and it's going to keep you alive a lot longer than other players. Bloodhunt is all about jumping in and out of combat. Stay in any fight too long, and you'll get gobbled up by either the red gas or another player. As you continue to fight, the key to having an edge over other players is to stack your resonance buffs. You can customize your own resonance build depending on your playstyle and weapons of choice. Tabularizing players and feeding on entity soldiers will give you additional resonance slots, and really what you want is to max out your slots with what fits you best. Also, be sure to check out my 7 tips video for Bloodhunt to learn about what the different tiers for each type of resonance is, in addition to other useful tips. I don't think enough players take advantage of the extra resonance slots they gain from tabularizing players, but as an aggressive player, it is essential that you fight at your best and at your greatest strengths. Personally, if you can get melancholic tier 3 resonance and some sanguine resonance, I think you'll be solid for constant fighting. And you want to know an even more extremely easy tactic for downing players? Third partying other teams. That's right, and if you don't know what that means, third partying is essentially the strategy of fighting 2 weaker teams while they're in combat and not giving them time to heal up. In Bloodhunt, you want to deny players from diablerizing their downs and feeding on mortals, because this refills their health completely and you definitely don't want that. Take the easy fight. Your goal as the third party is to fight your enemies when they're weak and to absolutely avoid giving them time to recover from their previous fight. Those of you that have played other battle royales like Apex know how this works. There's a lot of pressure when you're fighting a team, and if you get third partied by a team with full HP, loot, and meds, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So if you can be that third party, you're going to automatically put yourself at an advantage and make that fight a lot easier for you and your teammates. Maximize your movement too, because that's going to help you get out of a lot of situations. You'll want to combo your individual movement skill with your clan ability to help you reach fights sooner and escape other players. You're going to want to wall jump, slide, and slide jump to utilize your momentum to help you lose players a lot sooner. As a Nosferatu player, you're going to lose a lot of players if you vanish and cut corners around buildings or alleys to break that line of sight, but you can also use it to get a slide speed boost, especially when you slide. Bruiser players, the best thing you can do with your clan ability is that you can change directions in mid-air despite whatever momentum you're going in. So you can head in one direction, face another, and then use your leap ability and you're going to go in another direction entirely. That's the value out of your ability that I would say. For my Toreador players, and my fellow kindred, try not to think of your projection ability too much as a movement ability. Think of it as a powerful way to reposition yourself to another position. Sending your projection out in another direction and then running somewhere else will throw off your enemies or surprise them, depending on your intention. I also got a movement guide coming out soon actually to break down all these things in more detail, so if you want to learn some new moves in the near future, be absolutely sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video. That being said, you got this, my friend. Having a strong mental game is essential to aggressive play. You need to believe in your own ability as a player, giving into your own strengths to commit to your decisions. Even if you fail and lose a fight, try to learn at least one thing from each of your mistakes and you'll be a better player every day. The fact that you're watching this video at all shows that you want to maximize your gameplay and improve mechanically. I respect that. Hop into a game today and show other players what you've learned, because I promise you, you're going to win a fight today against someone who wasn't ready. And every time you win one of these fights, it makes you that much stronger of a player, and that's going to make you the aggressive player that you want to be. So keep pushing those fights and learn from your mistakes. Those are my tips, but what are yours? Comment below and let me know. I like to browse through the comment section. Feel free to check out one of my other Bloodhunt tip videos or gameplay. Take it easy, my kindred, and peace out.